Hello, my dear students. Good morning and welcome to our online class. This is Utpal Roy, lecturer, Department of Management, Gaibandha Government College, Gaibandha. Today's class is only for the students of BBA second year of Management Department, and today I am going to discuss the chapter Introduction to Communication from Business Communication. By joining this class, you are going to learn about the meaning of communication, then basic components of communication, then the definition of business communication, then principles of communication, and lastly the communication process. Dear students, let's start our main discussion. At first, I am going to discuss about the meaning of communication. Without communication, we can do nothing. As a social being, we have to communicate each other for various purposes. Even before the development of language system, we used signs and symbols to communicate with each other. In fact, communication is essential and compulsory for the very existence of mankind. According to the Oxford Dictionary, communication is the science and practice of transmitting information. In short, we can say that communication is a two-way process through which two or more persons can share their views and ideas. And in communication, there must be two parties, a sender and a receiver. Now, what are the basic components of communication? One person can't make communication. There must be at least two persons for a successful communication. But only the presence of two persons never ensure communication. There must be an exchange of messages and there must be an mutual understanding. From this discussion, we can find four basic components of communication. Firstly, sender. Secondly, message. Thirdly, receiver. And lastly, feedback. Again, firstly, sender. Secondly, message. Thirdly, receiver. And lastly, feedback. Now, what is business communication? We know business can't exist without communication. In very simple words, communication in the business and communication for the business can be termed as business communication. According to some scholars, business communication is a link that allows organization to function as a system. In short, business communication is a continuous process through which business-related information, ideas, and opinions can be transferred from one party to another. Dear students, now I am going to discuss about the principles or 7 C's of business communication. At first, here comes the completeness. The sender must organize the message in such a way that the receiver can understand the meaning of the message easily. Next, here comes conciseness. The language and the length of the message must be concise as possible. To win the attention of the receiver, conciseness is very essential. Then here comes consideration. While communicating with others, the sender must consider the view of the target people. Here, the sender must consider the educational level, the knowledge level, the age, and the interest of the target people. While communicating with others, the sender must be clear about 3 points. Firstly, the objective of the communication. Secondly, what is to be communicated. And lastly, the media of communication. Then comes concreteness. The sender must use specific facts and figures to make the message concrete. It is helpful for the receivers or the readers. Then comes courtesy. It is very important to approach the receivers or the audience or the target people in a friendly and courteous manner. The sender must use words that show respect to the receivers or to the target people. Lastly, correctness. It is obvious to use correct grammar or spelling to make the message effective. Otherwise, wrong sentence or use of wrong grammar can distort the meaning of the message. Dear students, our last topic is communication cycle or communication process. The communication process has 8 sequential steps. The first step is developing an idea. In this step, the sender develops an idea. The second stage is encoding. In this step, the sender converts his idea into messages by using words, symbols, or signs. The third step is transmit. After encoding, the sender tries to transmit the message to the receiver. The fourth step is receive. In this step, the receiver receives the message sent by the sender. If the receiver do not receive the message, the communication will fail. The fifth step is decoding. Decoding means understanding the message sent by the sender. The sixth step is accept. This step is also controlled by the receiver. After receiving the message, the receiver decides to accept or to reject the message. The seventh stage of this communication process is use. In this step, the receiver decides whether to use the message immediately or to use in the future. The last step of this process is feedback. In this step, the receiver responds to the sender. This is the last and most important steps of the communication process because feedback completes the communication process. Dear students, this is all for today. You should stay home, stay safe and follow the hygiene rules. Thank you for your participation. I hope you will see me in the next online class. Thank you again.